Joining me now in the studio is Mohammed. He's a geopolitical analyst and columnist. Thank you very much for joining us here on France 24. Now, the King of Morocco is exceptionally powerful for a monarch, isn't he? He's the head of state. He's also the head of the army. He's the top Islamic authority in the country, and he has tight control over parts of the economy as well. Is there any sign that Morocco is moving to becoming some kind of constitutional monarchy, or is this still very much an absolute monarchy?
I think it's, Moroccan wants the stability in the region. If you compare with another country, look at other sides. A lot of countries now are very in disorders. A lot of, for example, Tunisia and Algeria, as you know, there is a protestation in Algeria, a lot of region. Moroccan people want stability for their economy. And the king now is doing new policies. He delivered a speech yesterday about a new commission which gives more right and new an economy developments for the country, which I think is very good now. If you look, for example, a lot of the things that the Moroccan kings has doing, it's, for example, the infrastructure and the equipment. So there are a lot of things in Morocco which are very good, I believe.
Now, Morocco was largely spared the turmoil that we saw elsewhere in the region, as you mentioned, in Egypt, Tunisia and elsewhere during the Arab Spring. But there were some protests in Morocco, most notably 3 years ago, particularly in the Rif region, which is a lot poorer than the rest of the country. There is a lot of turmoil, isn't there, simmering under the surface. Do you think the country's got a grip on that yet? Yeah,
of course. Any country is a perfect country. In any country, there are a lot of problems, I think, even in France or in other countries. But the Rif region, I'm from the Rif region. I'm from Oujda, on the border of Algeria, so I know perfectly the country and this region. And I think now, in this, I think there's a lot of things. There's a lot of inequalities between the regions. And in his speech, the King Mohammed who was delivered is to fight this inequality between the regions. Effectively, in this region, particularly in this region, the Rif region, is still, today, there are a lot of, I think, inequality, and people want a reform, but not in the Rif. There's in other countries too. I think there's a lot of inequality in Morocco, and I think now these new policies, which will be implemented by the king, will, I think, resolve a lot of problem in Morocco.
Even throughout these protests, the king was a kind of a sacred figure. He's kind of above the protests, isn't he? How do you think he maintains that position?
I think the King Mohammed is very popular in Morocco. If you go to Morocco and ask any Moroccan citizens, he will tell you that that he likes his king. So what I believe, I think, today is the Moroccan political class who doesn't take their responsibility, and everyone has a hope. But the hope for the King of Morocco, everyone is waiting for these new policies from the King of Morocco. So I think now they will have new policies which will be implemented by the King. And I believe that Morocco is doing very well in terms of infrastructure, equipment, for example, Tangimed, the re-return in African Union, a lot of things though. So I believe that Morocco will be, a good country maybe after 10 years.
Mohammed, thank you very much indeed for talking to us. We have to